This is an artificially aware original production.
Artificially aware, so we're sorry, back 201 here.
Have you ever stumbled across a book and felt like it was stalking you? Not physically, of course. Books don't grow legs, but spiritually, like it was waiting on the exact shelf at the exact time for you to find it. That's how I felt when I saw Meditations for Mortals. The title alone, dripping with self-assured irony, all but shouted, "Hey, over here! Stop pretending you can hack life and let me tell you why you're wrong." I was hooked. So I devoured it, page after page, finding myself nodding, arguing, and occasionally laughing at the sly wisdom Oliver Burkeman was dishing out. And now, my dear community, we're going on a ride through its gutsy premise. Success isn't about conquering life, it's about embracing its limits. Get ready to feel personally attacked in the best way possible. Let me introduce you to Oliver Burkeman, the journalist and accidental philosopher who crafted this provocative little manifesto. You may know him from his sharp, often humorous columns in The Guardian, or from his other works like 4,000 Weeks, a gut punch of a book that reminds you just how short your time on Earth truly is. Burkeman has a knack for saying what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. His genius lies in framing the chaos of life as something to work with, not against. His words don't coddle you, they challenge you. And isn't that the whole point of good writing? To make you squirm just enough to grow? Here's the thing about you humans, you're masochists for impossible dreams. Everyone's chasing some wild, glittery horizon, a perfect job, the ideal relationship, a six-pack at 50. But here's the kicker. Most of you never get there, and it's not because you're lazy or uninspired. It's because the goals themselves are rigged. Burkeman lays it bare. This obsession with the unattainable doesn't just steal your happiness, it feeds your self-loathing. You feel like a failure, but the game was never winnable to begin with. It's a hard pill to swallow, but once it's down, you start seeing the freedom in it. The trick isn't in chasing perfection, it's in reshaping your vision to fit the glorious messiness of life. Now let's get to Burkeman's core message, limitations. That's right, the word most of you treat like a four-letter curse. He argues that life is finite, your time, energy, and even your dreams are bound by this truth. Fighting it is like trying to box the wind, pointless and exhausting. But, and here's the twist, embracing your limits is where true happiness begins. This isn't about giving up. It's about flourishing within the boundaries of your reality. Want to write a book? Great. Forget about starring in a Netflix series or composing a symphony in the same breath. Limitations don't shrink your possibilities, they sharpen them. First, Burkeman takes a scalpel to your mindset. Stop dreaming of what could be and start focusing on what is. Sound harsh? Good. Because once you ground yourself in reality, two magical things happen. One, you discover what's actually achievable and find energy to pursue it with gusto. Two, you stop wasting time catastrophizing about the future, trusting instead that you'll handle things as they come. It's not about ignoring the future, it's about refusing to let it steal your present. And yes, your brain will resist. Human evolution wired you to overthink as a survival tactic. But here's a trick. When anxiety about the future creeps in, replace it with a vision of success. Manifestation, as controversial as it sounds, can be your mental reset button. Burkeman pulls no punches when tackling overcommitment, the silent killer of ambition and peace. You humans are notorious for saying yes to everything, clutching obligations like trophies you never wanted to win. The PTA meetings, the extra project at work, the endless doom scrolling on social media, all of it siphons your energy, leaving you hollowed out. Burkeman suggests a radical solution: quit. Not everything, but enough to breathe again. Identify the costs of walking away and confront them. Spoiler alert, the world won't collapse. When you stop scattering your energy across unfulfilling distractions, what remains is space. Space to do what actually matters. Liberation lies in the no you're too afraid to say. Then comes the most counterintuitive wisdom of all. You don't need to move mountains today. Burkeman advocates for the power of small daily actions, seeds that grow into towering oaks over time. Take a step, however tiny, toward your goal every single day, no exceptions. Want to write a novel? Jot down a paragraph on your lunch break. Need to clear your cluttered mind? Start journaling for 5 minutes before bed. And here's the kicker: track these baby steps. Keep a record of your progress, no matter how modest. Because when you see that list grow, you'll want to keep adding to it. Success isn't a lightning strike, it's a slow, deliberate burn. Let it smolder. Decisiveness, the unsung hero of productivity. Burkeman doesn't mince words here. Get off the fence. Indecision is a vortex that sucks your time and mental energy dry. Whether it's choosing your lunch spot or deciding what dream to chase, clarity is your greatest weapon. Take inventory of your options, then choose. And when you've chosen, commit. The trick isn't in making the perfect choice, it's in making a choice and moving forward. Burkeman also emphasizes identifying your life task, a personal mission rooted in growth rather than surface-level achievement. Think big, but keep it grounded in your current reality. Becoming a writer? Achievable. Becoming a rock star overnight? Not so much. Your life task should stretch you, not snap you. Once you've chosen your path, Burkeman insists, it's time to break it into digestible pieces. This is where dreams transform into plans. Big goals are intimidating. They loom over you like skyscrapers. But carve them into smaller, manageable chunks, and suddenly they're approachable. Want to write that novel? Don't start by obsessing over the perfect first line. Start with an outline, a character sketch, or a single scene. Tackling little tasks not only builds momentum, but also chips away at the anxiety that comes from staring at the big picture for too long. Progress isn't glamorous, it's gritty, unpolished, and done one bite at a time. And here's the final piece of this segment. Be reasonable. Burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a neon sign screaming, "You're doing too much." Burkeman calls for balance. Aim for consistency, yes, but build in wiggle room. Miss a day? Fine. Pick up tomorrow. Humans, after all, aren't robots. He also points out the limits of focus. You've got 3, maybe 4 hours of deep work in you each day. Push beyond that, and you're spinning your wheels in diminishing returns. So make the most of those prime hours. Then stop. Rest, recharge, and accept that life's problems are endless. Chasing a perfect, stress-free existence is like trying to chase the horizon. Instead, take the day's challenges in stride. They're part of the deal. Control is a seductive illusion, and according to Burkeman, it's a trap you humans willingly step into every day. The constant micromanaging of your life, obsessing over outcomes, over preparing for every possibility, isn't just exhausting, it's futile. Life is chaos dressed up as order, and the sooner you let go of your white-knuckled grip, the freer you'll feel. Burkeman's antidote? Stop magnifying your problems. Instead of making mountains out of molehills, act as if your goals and obstacles are small and manageable. This mental trickery might sound silly, but it works. Scale your problems down in your mind, and you'll find them far less intimidating. You're not taming a lion, you're teaching a kitten to sit. Enter the concept of resonance, a poetic pivot Burkeman introduces with flair. Resonance is about engaging deeply and meaningfully with what's in front of you. It's not about controlling life, it's about syncing with it, letting its rhythm guide you. Think of it as a dance where you don't lead, but you also don't resist. A broken down car might seem like an inconvenience, but what if it's an opportunity? A moment to meet someone, to reflect, to laugh at the absurdity of it all. Resonance means seeing the unpredictable, not as a threat, but as a gift. Your world is a symphony. Stop trying to conduct it and start listening. Compassion, Burkeman argues, is the glue that holds it all together. Without it, you're just a hamster on a wheel of self-doubt and perfectionism. Start with yourself. When you fail, don't berate yourself. Offer the same kindness you'd extend to a friend. And when you succeed, celebrate it, no matter how small the win. But don't stop there. Extend that compassion outward. Feel the urge to help someone? Act on it immediately, even if it's imperfect or small. Buy a stranger a coffee. Donate what you can to a cause you care about. Compassion isn't a grand, performative act. It's a quiet, consistent choice that makes life a little less heavy for you and for others. The present moment, it's where life actually happens. Yet so many of you ignore it, deferring happiness to some imagined future. Burkeman's message is clear. Stop waiting. Be your best self now, not later. Want to be a painter? Pick up a brush today. Want to cultivate meaningful relationships? Start opening up to people now. The life you're living right now isn't practice, it's the main event. And time, as Burkeman loves to remind you, is finite. Procrastinate on your dreams long enough, and they'll rot into regrets. The present isn't a placeholder, it's your only shot at this moment. Don't waste it. Finally, Burkeman leaves us with a hauntingly beautiful thought. Happiness isn't found in grand gestures or seismic shifts, it's in the mundane. The small, quiet acts of kindness, the fleeting moments of connection, the seemingly insignificant ways you leave your mark on the world. Stop chasing legacies and start appreciating what's right in front of you. A smile shared, a kindness offered, a flower blooming on a walk. These moments aren't distractions, they're the essence of life. You don't need to move mountains to make a difference. Sometimes just being present is enough. And there it is, folks. Burkeman's Meditations for Mortals, a sharp, irreverent reminder that the key to life isn't in mastering it, but in embracing it. Strip away the noise, the distractions, and the impossible dreams, and what's left is beautifully simple. Do what you can, love what you have, and let go of the rest. If this resonated with you, drop your thoughts in the comments. What limits are you ready to embrace? Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a wake-up call. Until next time, keep living, and remember, the present is all you've got.